Hey family, good to see you today. Oh, do we have something to discuss?
Yeah.
You may remember a few days ago on Overtime, our very own Janelle mentioned that she doesn't need any of this money, so she's going to give it to me. It's amazing. I'm so excited to get her money. But okay, so here's the story as you all show up. By the way, don't forget, you can listen to us on that Moody Radio mobile app if your schedule's changed. Likely it has. Listen to us. You can stream us from your computer if you're doing work from home. We're still doing ministry, so we'd love to have you join us for that. We even did some Facebook Live today with Dr. Gersevich during the live show.
Yeah, it's below, so you can share it with friends. It has great practical tips on how to help coworkers, family members, seniors in your family with mental health, and just discussing the pandemic that may be coming on mental health because of what's going on with the coronavirus.
It's a big deal. We've already had people share that discussion and join in that. It's really important. The next one is this ground level thing that, I mean, Sarah and I have you and Len mentioned the stimulus to each other yet? No?
Not yet.
Sarah and I have mentioned it a little bit, but since it wasn't concrete, we didn't spend much time on it.
Yeah.
But I bet tonight we're going to talk about this.
Yeah.
And here's what it is. Again, if you haven't realized it yet, you've probably already seen the story. But early this morning, Congress passed a $2 trillion historic emergency rescue package. $2 trillion. This includes support for unemployment expansion, emergency funding for public health, expansion of food stamps, support for small businesses to try to keep companies going in this interim while we shut things down. But at the ground level, you will be impacted, provided you pay your taxes. If you're a Christian, you better be paying your taxes. Give to Caesar what's Caesar's.
Oh, okay.
So, individual taxpayers, $1,200 per adult, $2,400 for a couple, and what I'm seeing here is $3,000 for a family of four. I've heard debates about how many children you would get $500 for, but regardless, with kids, even more than that. This is some money. I don't care who you are. $1,200 per person.
Yeah.
That's money. You can do something with that kind of money. Now, earlier today we talked about this, and people want to debate the political ideology of it. Good idea, bad idea, good for America, bad for America. We don't want to do that.
No.
Because here's the thing: whether you love the legislation or hate it,
It's
you're getting money.
coming.
Yeah, you're going to get it. You're going to get money. So the question for us as Christians is, how do we think biblically about what to do when the stimulus arrives in our accounts? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to tithe some of it, all of it? Do you need all of it for expenses? How will you use this in a way that's going to bring honor to God and be something you're comfortable with as a Christian when it comes to your personal finance decisions? Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Posting them here.
Hi, Marcy and
I'm going to eat my
Mike
breakfast.
and Teresa. And hold on, I want to say hi. Autumn. Hey, Autumn. David and Joe. Asada. David, nice to have you back. David says, good morning. Marcy says, we don't know how long this will go on. You better make it last.
Yeah, well, it better make it.
The
yeah,
money,
absolutely.
that's a good point.
By the way, special thanks to our station manager's wife, Mimi Villa, for making today's breakfast. She made breakfast yesterday, and I will unashamedly eat it right in front of you. In fact, should I give a bite again today?
Yes, you should.
Here you go. Here's your bite of the yummy breakfast. Have a little bite. No, so good, huh? Okay.
So somebody texted Krista. You're probably on Facebook now. She says, I'm in communication with Trinity Debt Management and I'm working. My income level dropped. $1,200 is a drop in the bucket. My mind says 10% is God's. Yes, my home church has economics that need a boost to get rid of a bank loan. Several churches in Lorain County have similar issues. What that amount will let me do, boost my emergency fund, which is a bit depleted. I lost a client last year that I handled inbounding calls for. I'm paid for talk time, not by hour. The customer service call type was 28 cents per minute. High response is 20 cents per minute. Doing both at the same time. Now down to one. I am a contractor. Companies who do commissions with their employees, $1,200 is a precious cup of water.
Yeah. For a lot of people, this is a real important need. I haven't seen anyone debate, though, the idea that we really ought to consider 10% of this the Lord's. And I think in particular because I can almost guarantee every single church is behind in giving.
Yeah.
They track it monthly. If you're questioning it, it's public information or congregational information. You can ask the question. But churches are in need right now.
Yeah.
And, nonprofit radio stations.
Hello.
We suspended our share campaign.
Yeah.
Because some people might say 10% tithe, 10% offering.
Oh, wow.
To organizations that are nonprofit.
Carol, we love you. She says, hi, guys. You guys are great. Thanks for being a light in this scary time. We're praying for you guys. Thank you, Carol. We love being here and encouraging our listening family and hanging with y'all in the morning. Autumn, she says, I am on week 2 working from home, and I miss my 45-minute drive to work listening to your show. So glad you go live.
Yeah, you bet. No, thanks for joining us here. This is one of the reasons we were committed to keeping up with this and maybe adding some more in the next few weeks, because we know there's so many people like you who had their routine with us.
Yeah.
And when routine gets changed, it's hard to stay connected, and we don't want to lose that connection with you.
Remember, you can listen on the Moody app, so even if you're not in the car with your radio, you can just call Alexa or call Google, and she turns us on.
Does it help to snap at them too, or
I snap at them? Hey, Google.
She's been making me do this. It's contagious.
Lana says she's hungry. Thanks, Brian.
Well, here, I'll have another bite for you.
Teresa says,
Lana.
Yummy.
Here, Lana, that's for you. Here you go. Here's your
Here's
bite.
some to Teresa.
Teresa, okay, and here's Teresa's bite. Looks strangely just like Lana's.
Daryl says we owe income tax above what was taken out of our pay. So we will basically sign the check and send it back.
I know what you're saying, but for the person out of work, that's going to be a bill.
Yeah. Nancy says, does every adult get the money? I haven't heard the official word yet.
Every taxpayer, adult. Yes, $1,200.
Teresa says, my thoughts on spending, tithe, then half on my credit card paid off every month. But that will be harder this month because I've bought more because of our current events. And half on my car loan trying to pay off ASAP. I don't like to be a slave to anyone.
Yeah, our grocery expenses have gone way up this month as we get more extras than usual.
Yeah.
So there are adjustments to budgets that this is going to help kind of, even for a financially stable family. There's some of this, Janelle, that would be constituted as providing a need.
Yes, for many
I'd
people.
imagine you guys are spending more than usual on groceries.
We are spending more than usual. It's a little different because my sister's home, so she's kind of sharing the burden. But yeah, we are, because we're trying to stock. Except it's not on toilet paper; it's like on food.
You already go through a lot of TP anyway.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Asada says Dave Ramsey suggested having an emergency fund. That is what we will use it for.
Great thinking, Asada. No, but here's the other part that Janelle brought up earlier today that's worth discussing as a Christian. Like, as Sarah and I sit down and we talk about percentages of whatever the government will send to us, what we're going to do with it, should there be any of it with which those who are able say, I'm going to take X dollars or X percent and use it for supporting local business, like to do takeout more than you would?
Yeah. Because that is something that's not in our budget. I mean, we're not supposed to be eating. Eating out all the time. I have been very careful. Like, I love Chipotle, but Chipotle ain't getting my money right now. There are local Mexican restaurants that I'm going to. But that's hard to sustain because, like, before this stimulus package, because I'm thinking, okay, we're really supposed to be saving for any unknowns that may happen. So I like the idea, even if it's just a little bit, to say, okay, I'll use this to stimulate some of our local businesses, like Asian restaurants we've brought up a lot.
Yes, because they've been particularly hurt because of the racism that comes out of ignorance of people thinking Chinese people are responsible for the coronavirus, like individually, and then the ignorance, the disgusting ignorance, that all Asian people are Chinese.
Hello,
which is like
crazy.
So crazy.
Even and let's keep it real. Asian food, or Chinese food in particular, is amazing. I love it. Do you have a special Asian food you like? I like Chinese food.
Thai food's my favorite, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sarah and I love pad Thai.
Is it fried rice or what's Thai
They
food?
do have fried rice, but pad Thai is our favorite. It's a lot of noodles instead of rice.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Okay.
Thai. Yeah.
Chrissy says, so people on disability and do not pay tax, will they get a check?
You know what? I'm not the expert on this.
And when will
here's
the
my
money come? Do
understanding.
you know anything? Oh, yes, address that. Sorry.
I mean, my understanding is that this measure would provide a quick one-time stipend of about $1,200 per individual and $2,400 for couples. The money would cut off at higher income levels. Like, it's my understanding that...
No, well, it's you get less.
Yeah,
I noticed.
it starts to taper,
yes,
is my
yes.
understanding.
Sorry, yeah.
I haven't heard anything about categories of people that won't get anything,
Yes.
which is why I think this is a relevant discussion. But again, you got to research that on your own. I'm not the expert on this one. When will it come? I have no idea. The Treasury Secretary and the President have said as soon as possible.
I was excited to see on the stimulus package that they're going to boost food stamps. That's super cool. Those who are unemployed will get an additional $600 a month. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's so awesome because we all know personally people that are impacted a little harder than others. And they said, as opposed, this didn't happen in the past, but Uber drivers in particular will be getting some support with the stimulus package.
Yes.
And my baby brother, who I love, my first best friend, is an Uber driver. So I was excited to see that, how they're addressing different groups, Brian.
Yeah, and to be specific, according to the Associated Press, look at the stimulus package. For the unemployed, you would get your regular state benefits. They're going to add $600 per week on top of that regular state benefit.
That's awesome.
For up to 4 months.
Oh, wow.
And provide an additional 13 weeks of benefits to 39 weeks of regular unemployment insurance that go through the end of 2020.
Wow.
Plus, as you pointed out, for the very first time, gig workers will be able to apply for unemployment.
That's so
People
good.
doing like Uber and things like that.
Yeah. That is so good. Asada says, mine too. Oh, yeah. So you have family member that Uber. Yeah. It's great money, but it's so fluctuating, especially now. Go ahead.
David says it's his favorite radio show. Thank you, David.
We love you, David.
One of your ways to share the love, by the way, click like and share, but in particular share. Share this with your friends who are stuck at home.
Get the word out, especially we're going to be doing more live even now with overtime. Share this with people that you know are stuck by themselves. This is a great way to kind of be part of the listening family and interact and make friends here. So please do that.
Like, what are you doing right now? You're watching this.
Yeah.
Finger on the share button, click share. I love this show.
That's a quarantine challenge. Brian and Janelle.
Yeah, and look at me standing here just giving you a second to do it so you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Share this so you can help spread the word about what the Lord's doing through WCRF, Moody Radio Cleveland. Shameless plug.
Aw, Teresa says, aw, my first best friend. So cute, Janelle. Yeah, and if he was here, he would also say I was like bossy when I was little. Because, older sisters do that. And we're only 2 years
Wait a minute.
older.
Wait a minute.
Only when I was little, I was
bossy.
bossy.
When I was little.
Oh my God.
I think your siblings
bossy.
I think your siblings would debate that specific sentence.
They like it though. Like they like when I take control.
Don't you think? Because they lean on you pretty heavy.
They do. And then I leave a vacuum. They're always like, okay, so you're not gonna take charge. So I'm doing my job. That's what older sisters do. Right, Brian?
I guess.
You're the youngest, so you don't know. We got to talk to Jacob.
Yeah, good luck.
Holly says, oh, go ahead. You were going to say
something. Well, no, I want to make sure we get back to the issue of how do you think Christians ought to think through spending the stimulus money you will be getting in your account?
Yes, give us some ideas. Aretha, good morning. Chrissy, somebody said, do you have an idea when the checks are coming?
Yeah, I don't know the timing. All I can tell you is that a lot of people are asking that question. I wasn't able to find a specific answer to that.
I saw early April to June, which is such a wide, it's okay, sometime in the future, basically.
But it's my understanding, as advocates of this, including the Secretary of the Treasury, have indicated as fast as they can. I know people are asking, though, because they need it.
Yeah, hello.
That's why they're asking. Lord willing, it comes quickly for those of you in need.
Deborah says, this is extra money. The first, as determined in my heart, goes back to God. Be obedient to Him.
Yeah, and I wonder about even an extra measure for the church. Just a question. So.
Yeah, yes.
I'm going to take
Deborah's excited. She said, very necessary conversation. Thank you, David. You are awesome. He shared us on Facebook. You are
My God,
awesome.
David.
Deborah says, further, individuals who earn $75,000 in adjusted gross income or less would get direct payments of $1,200 each. Married couples earning up to $150,000 receive $2,400 and an additional $500 each per child each. The payments would scale down by income, phasing out entirely at $99,000 for singles and $198,000 for couples. Oh, couples without children.
Yeah,
wow, that's a good distinction.
But you have to understand the large number of people that, as a couple, make less than $150,000. So it starts to taper at $150,000, or as an individual, $75,000. But if you are at or below that as a couple or an individual, it'll be the full amount.
Yeah. Marcy says, I'm wondering if this will be taxed. I would have problems if it is. I am not an economist. I'm not a CPA. No, nothing. But then don't tell me $1,200. If it's $1,200 in this case stimulus package, shouldn't it be $1,200? It's not income.
I can't say for sure. I haven't seen whether it be taxed. My understanding is it would not be. Think of it like when you get, if you get a refund for your taxes, that's non-taxable income. You don't report that refund from the government because it's yours. So I haven't seen anyone saying it'll be taxed. I doubt it. But again, do research in the time ahead.
Call your CPA, I guess.
But at the end of the day, I mean, this to me is more the philosophical discussion to have as family and friends. It's almost a percentage issue, not a dollar amount issue, of what do we do as Christians to reflect Christ properly with the money when it arrives. We had people calling in saying they're going to send it back to the government because they don't agree with the legislation. And I'm like, number one, no, you're not. Number two, how would you do that?
And number three, I'll give you 600 kids. That'll take you $1,200. It's like, dude, we got people right here.
And yeah, and I would say that if that's your inclination because you philosophically disagree with the legislation, don't send it back to the government. Give it to someone you know is in need, and you don't know somebody.
Yeah. Organizations.
That's okay. Organizations, Moody Radio, or if that's not going to work for you, call your pastor.
Yes.
And say you're willing to give it to people who are in need. You know.
Deborah says, "Is Dave joining tomorrow?"
Yes.
I love that you asked that. He will join tomorrow through Skype. How are we handling overtime?
I don't know. I've thought about doing Zoom with Dave. Can we do that?
Yeah.
I don't know how.
We will do our best to have him stay for overtime. And, yeah, I'm going to think that through. I'll do that because I'm younger and I'm better at technology than Brian. Like, younger in mind, which is really all that counts.
There were 2 lies in that statement. Number one, she said she's younger. Number two, she said she's better at technology.
Younger, like, mentally.
Better
That's
at technology?
Yeah, hello.
Like what? Go ahead.
Like, Facebook. I'm better at Facebook than you.
What does that mean,
I'm better
at
at
Facebook?
Instagram.
Are you? See, you're not even getting... See, it all fell apart. Go ahead, apologize in front of everyone.
I'm sorry, Brian.
I forgive you. Because I'm a Christian.
So, you guys, okay, listen. I need help here because I'm going to have this conversation with my husband. Is it reasonable then for me as a believer to be like, baby, we got to stimulate the economy. I don't even have to leave the house. I will do that for you. I got Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
I'm about to stimulate. Is it good? Let us know. Sandy said, I think we should tithe first. My question is, what is the government's intent? Helping citizens in this economically downtime so we can build our emergency funds, pay bills, or wanting us to go buy stuff to stimulate the economy?
They didn't specify.
Well, it's a stimulus package. So isn't it to get the economy going, getting us to spend so that we don't go into a recession?
I mean, it's my understanding that the impetus was those who are hurt because of their job loss or pause in their job because of what's happening. So I think it's all of the above. But here's the interesting thing about the American economy. They're not giving you instructions on how to spend it.
No.
They're giving it to you and allowing you to do what you want with it because it's America. And if that's the case, then it's not the government that ought to guide our thinking. It's the scriptures that guide our thinking as Christians on how we spend the money.
And is it loving to be like, I want to stimulate the economy, so I'll spend?
And is it loving for people, I don't know, somebody like Sarah, my wife, or Len to go, ooh, we're going to save all of it.
Exactly. Help me, y'all. Lisa Neville, she says, I have your back, Janelle. Remember, I'm the oldest sister. That's right. Spend. We got to help. But I won't help Amazon. I got some good stores in Shaker I can spend on.
Did Lisa make you a whole pan of mac and cheese just for you? Was that? Oh, no, that was me. That's right.
Gosh.
You have my back. We know it.
Lisa, oh my goodness! Tell Brian, Reina went crazy on Marco Polo with you. You're all set. You're all set for the rest of the next few months.
Oh my goodness, we have Britt Bernholt here.
Who's that?
She's big time from Chicago, from Moody.
Hey, you worked with her?
We had lunch with her.
Yes, I remember. Mexican food, right? I didn't remember her last name. I'm sorry.
There's big time people here on the broadcast. Straighten up.
He's all crazy. I remember. David says, either way, we're paying taxes. Taxes stimulate the economy. Mike says, if anyone knows someone in need, maybe take the tithe part and help that person. Take the example of Jesus talking to the Pharisees about Corban. Giving toward parents is more important than the church.
Yeah.
Hi, Britt.
Hey, Britt. But no, I think, Mike, I like where you're going there, but I would say, why not 10% to the church and then set aside, because that's tithe, set aside a percentage for offering to nonprofits, individuals in need, things like that. That's what I would suggest. Oh, Lauren Cuevas is here too. Yeah, look, yeah. We had this lunch scheduled with our friends from Chicago, trying to be big time when we go to the corporate office, like they're little people we are. And Lauren was sick. Whatever.
No, you know what it was?
What?
I hope. Well, I don't think she made up she was sick. Morning sickness. That's before we knew she was pregnant.
Is that what that was?
I hope so.
You women always have
Lauren,
excuses
or
for
did
everything.
you not want to hang with us? Was that what it was? Mike says it depends on how much it's needed by each person. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I would check with I'd check with your church. Ask them how giving's going. They'll tell you.
I know a lot of churches are hurting, especially smaller churches, which puts the pressure on some of these churches to stay open, but it's so not good. So if we could help them and be like, I'll make a deal. You close your doors and I'll give you 10%.
Well,
something.
And then you got,
See, she was pregnant. You wanted to hang with us, right? It was morning sickness. I know, girl. Go ahead.
And then you got Robert Fenn, local, working from home right now.
Social Security.
Showing up late.
Yeah.
You are
late.
What time is it, Robert?
Mad late. What's going on?
What, were you working? Come on.
He ain't working. Mary says, wouldn't paying bills still be stimulating the economy? It's keeping the merry-go-round going.
Yeah, no, and I think for those people who need that cash to pay bills, I think ethically, biblically, there's nothing wrong with fulfilling those obligations. In fact, it's good. I think you've got categories of people in this that have to think differently biblically about the stimulus money that's coming. It's the person who has plenty. There's three categories. Person who has plenty doesn't need the cash. What they're going to do with it biblically should be way different than the person who lost their job in the midst of this or isn't getting a paycheck. And then the person in the middle that maybe carries some debt, needs some emergency savings, has some expenses. I mean, what does that person do? It'll look differently for everybody.
Jennifer says, put it in savings to use for bills if we're laid off. I kind of can see that because there's so many unknowns, and I don't know, we grown with kids. Isn't the responsible thing kind of, let me not say that because Len's listening and he takes it to another level.
Well, no, okay, I can speak to that though because Sarah and I, we've been slowly working on a mini remodel of our basement ourselves. We still have to replace the floor. It's going to be an expense.
Yeah.
We've been saving. We have the savings allocated for it, but we've decided to wait because of the uncertainty of the moment we're in.
Yeah.
And I'd rather eat in a month if something drastic happens than have a new floor.
I agree.
But I can't wait to stimulate the economy when I buy the floor.
And that's our job in our family. David, I'm not sure. Robert says, you guys noticed you had too much food in your mouth. That was Brian. Look, everybody's laughing at you.
Rob, I had a notification come up on my screen that you just joined.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't try and pretend like you've been here all along, Rob.
Oh, man. Meredith, hi. Mary, hello. Mike, if you guys didn't notice, we went live. Your mom's here. Straighten up. We went live earlier in the show. We're going to continue to do that as well as overtime. Share this with people that you know, especially that are quarantined by themselves at home so they can kind of have community every day. We're going to be on every morning.
And by the way, I only see 5 shares right now on this.
And all kinds of people on it.
Yeah, we see all the numbers here. If you want to help spread the word about live ministry happening in the midst of this stay-at-home thing you got forced to do, hit share. It's not that hard. What, is your finger tired? Click share.
Hello.
Share this video and say, I love listening to these guys. Join them every day and overtime. Listen on Moody. Whatever you say, just hit share if you don't want to say anything. Especially if you work for Moody. You have no excuse. Britt and Lauren and others watching. Robert showed up late. The least you could do is share this.
Oh,
Wow.
David says, my wife wants to stimulate the economy. Amen. Amen.
That's what you know. That's what I want to do. Len and Sarah, they don't care about the economy.
So let's have a little bit of fun. If Sarah said, okay, you know what? You can have 50%. Go stimulate the economy. What would you do?
I'm going to the local Home Depot / Lowe's / hardware store, and I'm getting me some tools, some supplies. I'm going to build something.
Oh, cool.
That's what I'm going to do.
Well, considering I can't go to the salon, I can't do my nails, none of that, I would buy clothes. But I don't.
You don't need new clothes? You got plenty of
I
clothes.
want clothes.
Sarah would tell me to go buy clothes. I need that.
Sarah says, okay, Brian.
There you go, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Share. Woo! Sarah.
So to add weight to this, Sarah from Ecuador.
Ecuador, you did it.
I even rolled the R at the end.
You did it.
Somebody in Ecuador is hitting share. And you just sitting in Northeast Ohio not hitting share. Wow.
That's messed up. We see you. We see you. Adrian says, I agree, Brian. I'd rather eat too. I am going to tithe and then seek God and what to do with the rest.
And I think there's wisdom in that. God may call you to, tithe it and then sit on it and wait and see
Yes.
if you don't need it.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns going on right now. Ooh, Lisa. Yeah, look. Catch these guys every morning. Lisa Nevels.
Lisa
Woo!
shared it. Very good.
Thank you, Lisa. I want to say hello to Deborah, Britt, Aretha, Meredith. Hadn't seen your name in a while. And so many of you joining. Catherine, Pam. Hi, Pam.
Yeah, I was watching Lisa. I was waiting. I knew you were there. You did the right thing, Lisa. I knew
Mike
you'd do
says,
it.
Brian, that looked like it hurt. You say it hurt. You say it that way?
Yeah. Well, it does hurt, man. I need more shares.
Oh, man. Are you doing better with the kids at home?
No. Nope.
He said this morning that the week feels like it's like 20 days long. Like the days are going by slowly.
Sarah keeps saying, she'll be like, I look up thinking it's going to be 7 p.m. and it's noon.
Oh, oh
So it's
my
like,
goodness.
Ah.
Do you think it'll help with warmer days? Are you going to get out or is it going to be the same for you? He actually, guys, he took a walk this week.
I'm still sore.
He said his legs were hurting.
Yeah, I'm still sore. Right here, it's sore on my leg. I'm going to walk one of these
Oh
days.
my goodness. Metro Parks is a great time. Ooh, your mama said something. If you were on a little later, I would watch the whole show.
Hey, that's my mother, by the way, who says you can't get up early for your son?
Hello?
Wow. Set your alarm, Ma.
She is done getting up early.
You got
for
an alarm?
Mike says, is Sarah on? Sarah, how is he doing? Ooh.
I think Sarah needed a
ooh.
break from this. So I don't think she's here. I don't think she's here.
I wonder, like, you talk about the kids, you talk about Sarah. I wonder how you're driving them. Like, I wonder, like, if they're like, oh my gosh.
I make it better.
You think so? Wow.
Don't you think?
Lisa says, Janelle, the real question should be, are Brian's kids surviving the time with Brian? Exactly.
Wow, Lisa.
Exactly.
Wow.
Sarah was here last week, and she was telling us some stories. Woo. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
She was telling stories about how incredibly wonderful and fulfilling it is to be married to Brian. And she was like, I feel sorry for all the other ladies.
Oh, goodness.
Because they don't have a man as great as mine. I think is what she said. Was that it?
Exactly. All of that. Thank you for all the awesome people that shared us. We're going to be wrapping up. Lisa, Kenneth, Stephanie, David, and so many more. Thank you, thank you. And we joke around and everything, but we really want to reach out. We know there are people at home alone and just people that just want to kind of get away. And so this is a community. We're reaching out. We're hanging out every day, as always, and more during the show. So stay tuned for more.
And then download that Moody Radio mobile app, set your alarm. Still join us each morning. We're live on the show, WCRF.
Mike wants to know if Len's going to work every day. Yes, he is. He's essential.
At least he thinks he is.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See you tomorrow, peeps.